Hey, it's Leo. Welcome to another video. Thank you for tuning in, and Happy New Year. So I'd originally wanted to do last 6 months like life update sort of video since we stopped making videos as regularly with our last project. Since it's around New Year's time, I'd also wanted to do just a year rewind and then like looking forward. So I'm kind of combining those two ideas, so I'm mostly just going to be talking about the last 6 months and what's been going on since we stopped filming as much, and then just talking about what we're planning on doing for the next few months. If that's something you're interested in, just kind of like a more personal looking at our life type video, then stay tuned for this. So first things first, I'm going to talk a little bit about school. We're doing pretty alright. We just finished a semester, now we're on a bit of a winter break. We definitely did better than I thought we were doing, especially with our finals. Like, I had it in my mind that we had barely passed some. We, got pretty good grade on those. Like, our tuition money's been increasing since our first semester, so the next semester is going to be paid off. It's very helpful for us because financial insecurity is a big trigger for me in other parts, because I'm usually paying a few $100s a month in tuition payments, so that saves me quite a bit of money not having to do that for the next few months at least. Speaking of preventing financial insecurity and all of that stuff, we got a new job, which is pretty nice actually. It's a third shift position and it's full-time, pretty much during like it's Thursday through Sunday, and then we usually have school Monday through Thursday. So a little bit of overlap, and we have some other stuff right in the middle of that I'm going to be talking about in a minute. So our schedule has been really busy, full-time working and full-time school, so that's a big reason why we haven't been uploading as much. I've actually tried to film this video in particular like weeks before this, but it ended in disaster, so we're trying it again. So with our new job, we've also gotten health insurance, which is great because we didn't have some for, I don't even know how long. It's been years. And when we did have it, we weren't using it because we didn't know how to use it. But now we're using it, and we have a therapist. Finally, this is the first competent mental health professional that we've worked with, and it is making a big difference in just the couple of months that we have been talking to her, just to have somebody to listen to us talk and to feel like we have someone who is capable of helping us. We've really only just begun to scratch the surface with developing like emotional awareness, not even emotional regulation yet, but just like becoming knowledgeable of what I'm experiencing instead of dissociating through it. So some basic just coping mechanisms, but just beginning with that stuff. Having someone that I feel like can actually help me to develop those skills takes a lot of the stress off. It makes me feel a lot less hopeless. Like before, when I didn't have it's actually been a while, because the last mental health professional that I saw was very bad and re-traumatized us more than anything. So we've been out of mental health care for a couple years now. We went to an intake therapy appointment a while ago, and that was also a very bad experience. So to have this experience be so overwhelmingly positive is a little bit of a shock to our system. It's good. Overall, it's good. She is a DID specialist. She has over 30 years of experience. She's got extensive I'm going to be reading this off of here because I don't got the shit memorized. I pulled it off of her website. She has extensive training and treatment for PTSD and dissociative disorders, EMDR, somatic experiencing, ego state therapy, and clinical hypnosis. So we're personally just begun working through like some DBT skill sets with her, and she eventually wants to move into deeper trauma processing. Not exactly sure what module we're going to be using for that yet, but as of right now, we're just developing coping skills, which is integral to moving into that processing phase. So, and we're also working on developing trust and a sense of stability within our system, and with her as a therapist, she's been doing a great job at building bonds with the more untrusting, more vulnerable parts within our system without, digging too deep or making us feel too much like a science experiment, which is an issue we've had with therapists in the past. And we've talked to her a lot about things that other therapists have done wrong. She's been sure to avoid a lot of those behaviors, and she overall, like when she does push us, it's for safe reasons, and she always gives us control in the session. So that's again something that we didn't have a lot of experience with our past therapist. She also is trying to get us in connection with a psychiatrist to get us on medication that should help to stabilize some of the comorbidities that we have, and that looks promising. We've been waiting on that because we had exams and peak time at work, the most busy time for our work, because we work at a warehouse. So those were happening at the same time that she wanted us to go see this psychiatrist. So we were like, I think we'll wait on that. Maybe in January we'll go look into that. So that's the plan right now. So I mean, overall, the new year is really looking up for us. We have a psychologist that we can trust, who has extensive experience in working with clients that have the same, issues that we have. Our partner is saying that we seem a lot more stable and that we can handle like minor stressors more effectively. Though we are having some issues with trauma flooding. We've brought that up to our therapist, and that's when we started working more towards establishing coping mechanisms so that we can manage when things come up outside of session. And we've stopped digging so much, which really wasn't the intention. It just kept coming up, just because we were talking about family dynamics, and with that would come up constantly like traumatic memories and feelings, and then outside of session as well. So I was having a lot of problems with that. But now I think that's lessened, but it's really only been a couple weeks since we've been working in this new sort of skill set. So it's kind of too soon to tell. But overall, I say I'm doing better than I was like 2 months ago when I didn't have anyone to talk to. So that's definitely a big plus. And then with our job, having enough money, being able to like pay off all of the immense bills and rent money and all that from living in this area, it's excessive. But this job pays well, and there's a big opportunity for promotions. So as for what we are looking forward to in the next year, next semester we're going to be taking a lot of psychology classes, and we're finally making real progress in therapy. So I see us having a lot of stuff that we'll want to share with you guys. So hopefully we'll be putting out more videos. One quick note before I go, we did turn off the sub count for this channel. I know some channels do that whenever they decide that they're not going to post videos anymore. That's not the case for this channel. We just did that because we're trying to minimize our exposure and minimize bandwagon subscriptions as the channel grows. We had this plan for a while, but we just decided to do it now because it seemed as good of a time as any. So it doesn't really matter what the sub count is at. Don't ask. If you do, we're not going to answer. Yeah, that's all it is. So we'll still be posting. No worries with that. So that's all. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all healing. And thank you for sticking around despite our inactivity. And I hope to see you more in the future. Bye. Hey everyone, it's Leo. Thank you so much for making it until the end, and a special thank you to our patrons, Gondolin, Leia, and Maxine. We deeply appreciate all of your support. Keep well, everyone.